Hello and welcome to Cricket Next. मैं हूं सौम्य कपूर and what run chase from the team India. विराट कोहली ने 100 करा है, बेहतरीन 100 और विनिंग स्ट्रीक अपनी जारी रखी है इस वर्ल्ड कप के अंदर बांग्लादेश को डिफीट करने के बाद। और इसके बारे में और चर्चा करने के लिए मेरे साथ जुड़े फॉर्मर क्रिकेटर मुरली कार्तिक, के श्रीनिवास राव एंड थोड़ी देर में जुड़ेंगे जेमी ऑल्टर एंड चेतन भूला। Welcome to Cricket Next, Murli Karthik. Welcome to Cricket Next, Srini. Murli Karthik.
Thank you, Soumya.
What an incredible chase. What an exciting chase, I would say. अच्छा तो समझ तो आ ही रहा था कि क्या चल रहा है, किस तरीके से वो पेस अप हो रहा है, लेकिन क्या एक्साइटमेंट हुआ है इन द लेटर हाफ ऑफ द स्टेज. योर थॉट्स अबाउट द चेज?
See, expected lines pe tha. It was on expected lines that we would chase it down. We were all, the only thing which was up for debate was in how many overs they do that. And I think we were more or less very close. Everyone, somebody said 40, somebody said 40, 41, 42, between 35 and 42. Everything was fine. But for me, just in the end, I didn't understand what was happening. I understand the necessity to get to 100, पर थोड़ा मुझे समझ नहीं आया. I understand individual milestones are very important, but I suppose, and I know it may not affect India in the long run, given the fact that we are really batting well, but small things do add up. So to refuse singles at that stage means that you're chasing glory and chasing personal glory. So I didn't understand that, but I suppose I could be completely wrong and off the boil over there.
You're not. Your thoughts? What are your thoughts? थोड़ा कहीं ना कहीं लगा कि वो 100 के लिए कहीं ना कहीं वो सिंगल्स को ना बोलना एंड स्ट्राइक रोटेट ना करना थोड़ा सा कहीं ना कहीं वेट था. बट यू डोंट एक्सपेक्ट दिस फ्रॉम समवन हु हैज बीन वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट चेजर्स इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ द गेम. व्हाट आर योर थॉट्स अबाउट दिस नॉक?
Well, let's I say the better. It was not expected. I mean, you don't do something. It's like you're not playing a sport that is about you. You're not playing. I do understand. Like, what's the capacity of the Pune ground? 37,000.
Yeah.
I'm hoping 35 of those 37,000. It was a packed ground. 30 of 37,000, 35 of 37,000 must have come only to watch you. That's it. You are the man. You are the superstar. And here is where you got to remember that this is not about you, my friend. This is about the team. These are small instances. These are small instances. This will never see. At the end of the day, even VK understands this, and will understand this, or anybody else will. That this will keep playing over the years. This will keep playing. Okay.
Yeah.
These are things that are never forgotten. These are things that get etched in memory.
Yeah.
The team that was the chase was being done by India, not by VK. Whether it is Shubman's half century there, Rohit's 48 there, everybody had a role to play. So I'm so sorry. I wouldn't be very happy. I do not accept, and I'm not in line with what happened. You should have just gone ahead, finished the game, come back. That's it. Nobody. Whether that doesn't matter whether it's you, doesn't matter whether it's Sachin Tendulkar, doesn't matter whether it's Murli Karthik, it doesn't matter whoever it is. Nobody is bigger than the game.
Yeah.
So you just go there. You have a job to finish. There's a team at that's got to finish a job. You finish the job and you come back. And see, there are people who would have been overjoyed at the sight of VK getting a century. There are people who I know, scores and scores of people who breathe cricket. Maybe this generation breathe cricket because of VK. He's a very big superstar, and I completely respect that. Now, because he is that big a superstar, it becomes all the more important for him to draw the line and say this is how things should be done. And today, by doing what you're doing, you just played for the masses. So what is there to be said? There's nothing. I mean, I've said what I have.
Yeah. But Jimmy, यहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं yeah, Shini.
No, sorry. All said and done, fantastic chase. I mean, nothing takes away. It's just the end. I mean, and I don't agree with it. That's
Yeah, Jimmy, but यहाँ पर you had that space to get to 100. आपके पास वो breathing space था, इसलिए शायद विनायक singles और 100 को पूरा किया. Do you think that? और ये कहीं ना कहीं unnecessary था, according to you?
Yeah, look, I'm going to echo exactly what Murli Karthik and Srinivas have said here. And I can tell you guys, we are in the minority. Phone has been buzzing. मैंने भी जानबूझ के थोड़ा उंगली किया कुछ हार्डकोर विराट फैंस को, और जवाब आ गया कि नहीं, द गोट. सो वी आर इन द माइनॉरिटी व्हेन वी से कि दिस डिड नॉट रियली सेट वेल विद अस. शायद ये अगर एक बायलैटरल सीरीज का तीसरा मैच होता जहां पे सीरीज रैप्ड अप है, आई सेड ठीक है, पर यार ये वर्ल्ड कप है, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट हिम टर्निंग डाउन 5 singles is going to come back to cost India on the net run rate aspect of things, but it just doesn't sit well with me. Okay, look, India has won. India are now back at the top of the table. They've won 4 in a row. There's a lot to celebrate. There's a lot to worry about with Hardik Pandya. Probably not going to be around for a while. It's 100 number 48. Shini is right. Yaar, Shini, can you put your thing on mute? Oh, Awaz.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Thanks,
one
bye.
second.
I'm saying
Yeah.
Shini's right. 35,000 लोग maximum विराट कोहली को देखने आए, right? What does Star Sports do? Why do we see countless packages of Virat Kohli? बाकी 10 लोग क्या बोलते होंगे? भाई हमारा भी योगदान था, Again, this is not to take away from a brilliant win, from a fantastic chase, from a fantastic 100, near flawless 100. But I have not seen. I mean, I would love to hear what Murli Kartik and Srini have to say here, because I mean, how often have we seen it? Some slow down करते हैं. Virat, probably Rohit Sharma को छोड़ के, they all slow down. We had a discussion during the Asia Cup, Soumya. You asked the question, why did Shreyas Iyer and Shubman Gill slow down? Maximum Indian batsmen 80 पे आके वो रुक जाते हैं. विराट कोहली को क्या जरूरत थी यार? I mean, I don't know. Let's talk about more positive things here.
But before moving on to the other things, Kartik, I would also ask you one thing. Umpire ने wide क्यों नहीं दिया? That was a clear wide. That was going down the leg. I never understood why why didn't he just open up his hands?
एक तो दिया था और दूसरे का मैंने देखा नहीं, क्योंकि तब तक मैं यहाँ पे आने की कोशिश कर रहा था कि मैं सेटअप हो जाऊं टाइम पे आने के लिए. बट सी अगेन, आई थिंक जेमी ने बहुत अच्छी तरह से उसको पुट किया. अगर आपका सीरीज विक्ट्री है, आपके पास 12 ओवर हैं, सब सही है, पर फॉर्च्यून्स बदलते हुए देरी नहीं होती. एंड सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि जैसे अभी हमने कहा, आप मे बी ये कभी अफेक्ट ही नहीं करेगा इंडिया को. जैसे जो सचिन तेंदुलकर क्लोज टू डबल 100, राहुल द्रविड़ ने मुल्तान में जो डिक्लेयर किया था, वो आज तक लोग उसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि इंडिया 1.5 दिन, वी हैड 1.5 days और जीत गए हम लोग. पर इट्स नॉट अबाउट दैट. इट्स नॉट अबाउट इंडिविजुअल माइलस्टोन. सभी कहते हैं कि गेम इज बिगर देन अस, पर देन व्हाई चेस इट? सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात वही है. एंड सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात ये भी है कि आप ऐसे मौके पे जब आपके पास, और जैसे मैंने कहा, 5 बॉलें हैं, 5 सिंगल है या 6 सिंगल, जो मर्जी है, जब आप बड़े प्लेयर होते हैं ना, आपसे बड़ी चीजें उम्मीद करते हैं. क्योंकि आप, जैसे आपने कहा ना, जैसे जेमी ने कहा, ही इज द गोट, उसका कोई नोबडी इज डिस्प्यूटिंग दैट फैक्ट. जो होते हैं, अब मार्क टेलर भी 334 पे जाके आगे जा सकते थे, उन्होंने डॉन ब्रैडमैन की इज्जत रखी. आप वैसे ही अपने देश की, अपने how do I put it? It's respect for the game more than anything else. And look, I understand he was on 20 runs required. You want to manage the chase. All that's fine. At the end of the day, it might not affect you, but big players set big examples is what I feel.
Yeah. Say, moving on to the positives now, Kartik, I would ask you first. ऊपर जो टॉप ऑर्डर दिख रहा है, जो बैटिंग दिख रही है, वो बहुत सॉलिड दिख रही है. अ ब्रिलियंट स्टार्ट अगेन. शुभमन से रन्स आ रहे हैं और रोहित से रन्स आ रहे हैं. श्रेयस थोड़ा आज गलत शॉट खेल के आउट हुए हैं, खराब फॉर्म से नहीं. दैट वाज अ बैड शॉट सिलेक्शन. व्हाट डू यू हैव टू से अबाउट द बैटिंग फॉर नाउ?
Nothing. Look, मैं श्रेयस की भी शॉट से मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, because he's a natural player. He likes to use his feet. Everybody is trying to attack. At the end of the day, you never know. As I said, there are still some wonderful sides who have not done well, and you never know when things change for you. Lots of resilient teams can come back from difficult situations. India is in a good position. If you can keep your foot on the accelerator, nothing like it. Rohit Sharma could have eased to her 100 आराम से. मतलब he could have, the way he was batting, बल्ले पे लग के गेंद बाउंड्री की तरफ ही जा रही थी. And he also, out on 48, he played a shot. I don't have a problem, as I said, Shreyas Iyer trying to take the mantle on and trying to be aggressive. No problems at all.
Yeah. Srini, same question I would ask you, specifically for Rohit, the way he started, just missed out on a 50, but a brilliant knock, to give a start of that sort.
Yeah, in the farmer's life. Doesn't matter how many traffic policemen stop him. I don't think this guy can stop anywhere. He
Yeah.
seems to be in the form of his life. Things just. I was just talking about. I was sitting when the chase was about to begin. I was sitting and talking to someone about Rohit.
Hmm.
And here's a guy obviously in form, as we've all seen, in like whatever the number of matches against Pakistan, against Afghanistan. We've seen, here's a guy who's in brilliant touch. He's in form. Uh, there's a guy who understands situations, who has understood how to pace a 50 over innings. Few people, would understand it better than Rohit Sharma. The art of pacing a 50 over innings. Here's a guy who understands pressure. Here's a guy who understands responsibility. But here is a guy who also understands what this occasion, what this entire moment means for him.
Yeah.
What will happen? Like you are at that position. You're at that moment in life where you know that whatever you do from here is going to matter to you more than what you've probably done anything
Yeah.
else in your life. You're at that point, and I can say that I've known Rohit considerably well, and that's why I can take the liberty to say this. The emotions that stirred up, that have stayed in his mind, in his heart, in his, kind of, it's there. It hit him in the gut. In 2011, hit him in the gut. And from there on, 12 years, 13 years down the line, captain of the team, leading the squad, you can see, like, you just have to cross the fence and it's all green out there.
Yeah.
When that feeling is there, it's just all comes adding up. And I think Rohit is in that stage. I really
Hmm.
don't want to say anything more to, like, kind of um, make this a little more, I can imagine what kind of pressure would be playing. Now, what I liked is the fact that despite the pressure, despite the moment, despite the whole build up,
Hmm.
he's so carefree in the way that he's batting.
Yeah.
This is the Rohit that you've always wanted to bat, right? You wanted to see bat, right? Look at the innings that he played against Pakistan.
Yeah.
Look at the freedom with which he went for his shots. Look at the timing that he's getting. This is vintage Rohit that you're getting to see.
Yeah.
So this is just right timing for him on all fronts. And well, what else to say? By the way,
Absolutely.
today, uh, you see when Rohit left, suddenly you look at the pitch and you see the other bats. You
Hmm.
see, how Shubman was timing the ball. You see
Yeah.
initially how VK freed up his arms and he like went for his shots and everything. But there was a time when you just wasn't able to get the bat to the ball. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. So I'm just saying, look at this innings once again, pre Rohit, post Rohit, and I
Hmm.
think it'll tell you what kind of touch and what kind of form he's in. I think that's what differentiates. I think what you saw on display is the only teller, is the biggest teller.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy, Rohit has been in a fine touch. VK got 100. He's been scoring those 80s, 70s. But Shuman Gill, you really feel good about that guy, that boy, coming in after, health issues, scoring runs, contributing, making the contributions, valuable ones. What do you have to say about that? And in important games, you need momentum in these kind of games. We saw how England just faltered, how South Africa just faltered against a relatively weaker side. So you need momentum against these kind of teams, and he's been doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can all agree that, of course, bowlers win you matches. Karthik will always stick to that. But India's chances of winning the World Cup, I think we can all sort of agree that it rests on runs from Rohit, Virat, and Shubman Gill. Your top three have to do the bulk of the heavy lifting. Shreyas got outstanding numbers at number four. KL Rahul's got outstanding numbers at number five. But now more so with Pandya in doubt now, it just puts the onus on Rohit, Gill, and Virat to do it. And just
Hmm.
to add very briefly, I know you asked me about Shuman, but what I have really loved watching about this Rohit Sharma is he's broken from his own template. That is Rohit's previous template. And I'm talking about a guy who's got three double hundreds and ample scores above 150. His
Yeah.
template is after 10 overs, be 40, 42, and then go big afterwards. The most positive thing is how Rohit has just, after getting a duck against Australia at the
Yeah.
Kotla that day, I was there to watch him come out. No, कहते हैं ना North में chamat lagana, the bowlers ko. You need that kind of Rohit Sharma firing. That's all I wanted to add on to what Srini said. Baki rahi baat Gill ki. Look, I mean, he had 1,230 runs coming into the World Cup before he got ill. That's about 500 runs clear of the next best. So he's clearly India's most informed one-day batsman of the year. For him to miss 2 matches to come back from viral or dengue, whatever he had, he's just making up for lost time, you know. And fantastic to see. Pele Ishan Kishan, when Rohit was going berserk at the Kotla, Ishan Kishan was very happy to be the guy who's not timing it off the square to get a runner ball 47. That's not Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill can actually match Rohit stroke for stroke. But kahin na kahin, I love to hear what Karthik has to say on this. Kahin na kahin, usko pata yaar, let the captain, let the big brother do what he wants to do. I'll just play my game. And had they not, look at how they both got out. Like Karthik said, I have no problem in the shots with which they got out. Rohit, especially Gill, they were both caught just inside the boundary. I'm so glad that's how they're getting out. This is a World Cup. You cannot play timid. Both the openers have to go hammer and tongs. Or agar wo dono run marte, this match would have been won by 9 wickets, probably well before 30 overs. It just says how vital the openers are to India's campaign this year. Yeah.
Karthik, I'll just come to you on this as well because Srini has to leave us after this. Srini, what do you have to say about Hardik Pandya's absence if he's not able to play the next couple of games?
I don't know. Has there been any official word on Hardik?
Not really, not really.
So he was sitting in the dressing room and sitting next to Rohit. So whatever I could watch, I was the feeling that I got was so it's all precautionary and touch wood. I hope I'm right. That it was only precautionary in terms of whatever the scare was. So when the scan reports came, I was talking to Sahil that when they were taking him for scans, Sahil said they're taking him for scans doesn't look good. I was like, these days the kind of what is at stake, you will probably be taken to scans for the scans even if you sneeze. That's what is at stake. So you can't take anything for granted. We'll want to kind of test it. So I'm not really going to jump the gun on that. All I'll say is like, I really hope that guy is like, he's fine. I mean, I really hope that guy is fine. Forget ball. A regular cricketer does three things. In a team. He fields well, he bats well, he bowls well, right? Hardik does 4 things. He fields well, he bats well, he bowls well, and he gels well. He's such a positive energy in the squad. So I really I hope, good things happen to him, all of us rather, and that he's back. Let's wait for the reports.
Thank you, Srini, for your time. Thank you.
Bye.
Karthik, coming back to you about Gill, now, as I asked Jamie that he's coming back after those health issues and everything, but making valuable contributions and in these kind of chases, how good is that for the Indian team? And we also welcome Chetan Rola who is live from Pune. Yeah.
Look, once again, there has never been any doubt about the precocious talent which he has had. People have earmarked him for a very, very long time. For me, as a sports person, what actually sets him apart is his hunger. And the fact that he's 24 years old. 24 years old, he's achieved a lot which many people haven't achieved in their lifetimes. So for him to maintain that hunger, not to take anything for granted, and just the resolve and his tenacity, which I've seen up close and personal, is something which has to be really commended. Because look, whether it's Test cricket, whether it's one-day cricket or T20 cricket, that kind of intensity, we've seen Virat Kohli have that for such a long time. Rohit Sharma is somebody who has it, but people say it comes easy to him and it's as if it's carefree. No, it's not carefree. There was a method to Virender Sehwag's batting. People might think that he doesn't care, but there was still a method because that is him backing his ability. Similarly, Rohit backs his ability. So someone like Shubman Gill has had to work on certain flaws which he had technically when he came in. Again, when you come to the highest level, every small thing is dissected. So for him to overcome that, keep working on his game, and to literally boss international cricket over the last 14 months tells you volumes about that human being, not the batter alone. Mentally, you have to be really strong. Mentally, you have to be really clued in, and mentally, you always have to be ahead of the curve. And that is what I love about Shubman Gill. So absolutely top marks. I actually didn't want him to miss the Rajkot ODI either. The numbers which Jamie mentioned, look, he's so close to beating Sachin Tendulkar's record of 1,800 plus runs in a calendar year in ODI cricket. If I was in form and the kind of tracks that they bat on, we heard Sachin say the other day, between overs 11 to 40, it's easy. There's one fielder less. And that new ball, some of the great batsmen can hit you at will. So it's tough on the bowler. So someone like Shubman Gill can actually garner runs for fun. So us time pe you don't want to miss runs, and unfortunately dengue ho gaya, but he still has got enough and more time to beat the record. And I said this before the tournament that he actually holds the key. And there are times where he's off the mark, he's off the blocks before Rohit Sharma. They dovetail nicely. We saw Shikhar and Rohit dovetail beautifully. These two dovetail beautiful, and they are such a treat to watch. मतलब पता ही नहीं चलता कि बॉलर को थप्पड़ पड़े जा रहा है वो बेचारा भाग भाग के बॉल डाल रहा है, and that's the way they bat, so it's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, a small update for the viewers before I shift to Chetan bhai. What Rohit has said on Pandya, he pulled up a bit sore. There is no major damage. That is good for us. But obviously, with an injury like that, we have to assess every day, and we will do whatever is required. So nothing major for Hardik Pandya. Chetan bhai, welcome to the show. I'll just go straight to the chase. कैसा लग रहा है ऐसी चीज देख के, क्योंकि मुझे पता है आप बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें बोलने वाले हो.
नहीं, I think it was I think it was a very nominal chase today. Rohit Sharma se expected the kind of form he is in to start very, very quickly, and he was off the blocks. I know you're a big Virat Kohli fan. Everybody is a big Virat Kohli fan, but for me, Rohit's start
all
was...
of us are.
All of us are, yeah. All of us are. But what I was trying to say was that Rohit Sharma's start was really engaging for me. The way he's starting, the way he's been starting throughout the tournament. And then Shubman Gill, obviously, he took his time, like Karthik said. He was taking time because he's just been off and he's just coming back. Last game also, he was timing the ball really, really well. Brilliant timer. But he was taking his time, but then he caught up. And that passage, I think Bangladesh had no answers really. They had one chance to win this game. That was to cause a top order havoc or something. But the conditions are really different. I wasn't sure Bangladesh has the kind of attack that Australia possesses. जैसा उन्होंने चेन्नई में किया था. So it was always going to be fairly easy. Slightly disappointed with the way both Shubman and Shreyas Iyer got out, but they were backing themselves, taking on the spinners. And before the game, this is what they were practicing actually. Range hitting against the spinners on these shorter boundaries. So they tried, they went for it, but and it was like very marginal. They were just caught on the boundary, both of them. But probably could have stayed longer. But obviously, at the end of the day, the big show, Virat Kohli, really engaging, the crowd getting into it, very, very interesting. He accelerated after reaching his 50. He really wanted to make a mark. And I was writing in my report and I just realized, and obviously it was at the back of my mind, but he didn't score any hundreds in 2019. His last last World Cup 100 had come in 2015 against Pakistan. Usse pehle he had 100 against Bangladesh in 2011 in the first game. And, it's been a kind of a drought for him in the World Cups. And it's very obvious from his the way he's batting and the way he is involved that he really wants to leave a mark. Future ka kisko pata hai kahan hoga, kya hoga aage 4 saal baad. This is a great opportunity to win a second World Cup. He really, really wants to leave a mark, really wants to contribute, and you could see that in the way he was accelerating towards his 3 figures. Usually doesn't do that. Unko itna farak nahi padega because he has so many hundreds. But today he really, really wanted to. And I think the Pune crowd, full house crowd today, and they got the value for money. It doesn't get bigger than a Virat Kohli 100, does it? And an Indian win.
Chetan bhai, I'm of course a very big Virat Kohli fan personally, but यहाँ पे क्या वो necessary था वो singles deny करना? I agree, you were also probably taking care of the crowd, reaching that mark. But as far as the game is concerned, you could have completed it way earlier, without chasing that 100.
Yes, technically, that's what I would say. But like I said, he was hungry today. He was hungry for 100. He was hungry to leave a mark. He was hungry to leave, this ground with a big moment, and he worked for it. And I think, see, agar aur koi tournament hoti jahan pe India would have been struggling for top 4, run rate matters, and etc. Maybe we could discuss this. And actually, there would be nothing to discuss because he's such a great player. He would be the first one thinking about it.
Yeah.
But it's a very comfortable situation for India. I think let's be very happy. 33,000 fans here, 1 billion watching at home. Everybody got their money's worth, time's worth. and everybody is going to go happy. You just have to look outside Pune. आज कितने लोगों ने विराट के नाम की jersey पहनी हुई है? They came. I mean, as much as everybody loves the Indian team, Rohit has such a big fan following, etc., etc. Virat is the biggest name, and everybody just worships him. So, लोग जाते हैं मैच देखने वर्ल्ड कप का कि इंडिया भी जीत जाए और विराट कोहली की सेंचुरी भी हो जाए. And I think a lot of people in Pune will sleep happy today.
Yeah. So
And India, of course.
that is what he has said. I wanted to make a big contribution. Have made 50s in World Cups. Wanted to finish off this time. मैं पहले बार से agree करता हूँ. You already made a contribution when you score 85-90 in that kind of a chase. When you come down after a decent start, आपने contribute तो कर ही दिया है. उस 100 ये थोड़ा मेरे को कहीं ना कहीं लगा कि आपने शायद उसको पुश कर दिया. But again, difference of opinion. But Jimmy, before we wrap this session, I would quickly ask you, if Hardik Pandya is not there for the next couple of games or one game or whatever it is, whom do you play and what would be your combination now? Because you have been talking about the batting depth, but one of the major batters can be out.
Yeah, I mean, so the next match is against New Zealand in Dharamshala on Sunday. You've lost a vital player. Again, Srini was very optimistic that he'll be back very soon. I'm slightly cautious. Maybe 2 matches. जो भी है, let's say Hardik Pandya Sunday के match नहीं खेलेंगे. What are you losing, right? Srini talked about 4 facets. Let's ignore the fielding. Let's ignore the gelling. I think that doesn't matter in a World Cup. आपको हार्दिक पांड्या द बैट्समैन नहीं मिलेगा, आपको हार्दिक पांड्या द बॉलर नहीं मिलेगा. क्या आपके पास उनके रिप्लेसमेंट है? नहीं है. I still believe that they can get it. Well, it's about bowling 50 overs, right? You have to get Shardul. Shardul ने अब तक इस वर्ल्ड कप में एक मैच में 6 ओवर डाले, एक मैच में 2 डाले, आज 9 ओवर डाले. You're going to have to get 10 overs out of Shardul. बाकी आपके 40 तो स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है. I feel it's a massive loss और मैं हरगिज शार्दुल को हार्दिक द बॉलर से कंपेयर नहीं कर रहा हूं, लेकिन आपको 50 ओवर पूरे मिल जाएंगे. आप हार्दिक के बैट्समैन आप उसको रिप्लेस नहीं कर पाएंगे. आपके पास एक ही ऑप्शन है, उनका नाम है सूर्य कुमार यादव, क्योंकि the guy has done, again, I've been very critical of his presence in this World Cup squad, but now when your back's against the wall, you need someone to bat at number 6, not 5, not 4, at number 6, finish off innings, finish off matches. I think it's only Surya Kumar Yadav. They're not going to play Shami. The Shami argument is now laid to rest as long as Hardik's not around. You can get Hardik's overs out of someone. You cannot get Hardik's batting out of anyone. The closest you have is Surya Kumar Yadav, and he's going to play on Sunday in Dharamshala.
Chetan bhai, your thoughts? What are your
yeah, exactly. I mean, New Zealand एक ऐसी team है, and it's a table-topping team. You want to beat them. You want to make a point. At some stage, semi-final या final में आपको दोबारा मिलेगी New Zealand team because they're playing so well. So, it's a first round of this tournament against them. You would want to make a point. I think India will have to be at full strength. They have to play that extra batsman. So Surya Kumar Yadav comes in. There's no doubt if Hardik doesn't play, and I don't think he will play. This is a long tournament. You want him fit for the later stages. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a toss-up between Shardul and Ashwin. I mean, Dharamshala ke conditions dekhte hue, obviously you would say Shardul, but we've had some dry pitches over there. But it's been raining and snowing over there. So Shardul, obviously, what I'm trying to say is that us din India ko 5 bowlers se hi kaam chalana padega. And the 5 bowlers will have to put their hands up and take responsibility for those 50 overs. Maybe Virat Kohli can bowl more than 3 deliveries if needed, but let's back our 5 bowlers to bowl on Sunday, and the rest of the batsmen to do the job.
Yeah, Karthik, but don't you think it thoda sa harsh ho jayega Surya Kumar Yadav pe, because New Zealand is one team which can be very very dangerous in those kind of conditions, or straight away you are throwing him in front of that kind of a bowling lineup in a World Cup match?
No, I don't think so at all. You're here to play international cricket. There is nothing called deep end. Everything is a deep end. Whether you bat at number 6, number 5, whether you play for the first time, it's all a deep end. It's international cricket and it's the World Cup. So I don't think that will even cross his mind. And secondly, when you look at Surya Kumar Yadav and his tour to New Zealand, he just dominated. They were actually at their wits end कि इसको बॉल कहाँ डालें, because personally हम लोग वहीं पे थे और हम लोगों से पूछ रहे थे कि इसको डालें कहाँ पे भाई, माउंट मांगनोई का 100 हो या जिस हिसाब से बैटिंग कर रहा है. And also the way he played against, look, people will always compare him to his T20 numbers, and he himself has agreed that there were times when he said that I can't bat like this. Obviously, people can't run a marathon like a 100-meter dash or a test match like a 100-meter dash. वो नहीं हो सकता. इंसान फूक जाता है. और वही उसने वो सोचा है, that he thought about his game, and the way he played against Australia in those 2 ODIs was a self-assessment. So pretty sure he's an X-factor player, and as Jamie said, at that number, you want somebody so good or as good as him who can literally turn it around. अगर आपके पास platform है तो वो उसको rocket launcher पे पहुंचा सकता है. He's got that kind of ability. But the only thing where I'll differ is, yes, you're thinking about Hardik and Shardul, the 2 bowlers who have given us the next 10. I would actually think, if India thinks like that or wants to think like that, get Hardik Pandya in place of an injured Hardik Pandya. Sorry, what am I saying? Get Surya Kumar Yadav in place of an injured Hardik Pandya, and also think of an out-and-out bowler, because you're talking about conditions in Dharamshala which can help you. Get Shami, get 5 bowlers, bolster your batting, don't let it go weak, and also not affect your bowling. So I would actually go Shami in place of Shardul just for this game till the time, because you've got a 7-day break then. I think the next game is on the 29th. तब तक आपके पास break है. So I would actually go Shami, and Shami can bowl. Shami can bowl on any surface. मैं तो बहुत खराब feel करता हूँ कि अभी इतने पाटे विकेट पे इतना अच्छा बॉल डाला, and he's been sitting out, but I suppose that's how team sport goes.
या चलिए, तो होप करते हैं कॉम्बिनेशन को ज्यादा ट्वीक करना ना पड़े, या अगर करना भी पड़े तो वो पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट लेके आए, बिकॉज उसके बाद
सौम्या करेंगे. आप अभी आपने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस रहा था, क्या नाम है, शुभमन गिल इज नॉट रूल्ड आउट, पर वो 2 मैच नहीं खेले. सो इट इज फाइन, ठीक है. ये अभी शुरुआत है, जैसे जेमी ने बोला, ये अभी शुरुआत है. आप नहीं चाहते कि एक मैच के लिए आप किसी का टूर्नामेंट खराब कर दें. सो इट्स ओके, यू गॉट इनफ स्ट्रेंथ. If you look at the 15, there are hardly any holes. India is doing well, and maybe this is a way of giving people chance.
True.
Yep.
चलिए gentlemen, thank you for joining me in this live session. It was lovely chatting with you, and India are in a good state. बहुत टेबल टॉपर बने हुए हैं, सारे मैचेस जीत के चल रहे हैं. पॉजिटिविटी है, चलती रहनी चाहिए पॉजिटिविटी. और आई जस्ट होप न्यूजीलैंड के अगेंस्ट जो थोड़ा कहीं ना कहीं वो ब्रेक आ जाता है ना, वो इस बार ना आए, एंड वी जस्ट चिट चैट लाइक दिस ओनली. Thank you for joining this live session. Thanks.
Cheers. Thank
you.